I say Yahweh for the opportunity to stand here and do what I do and ask no, again, ill will feelings or situations. And so that is my thanksgiving that I give here today publicly in the way that, again, those individuals who are taught to do so, like myself. And I'm very thankful for this. I say Yahweh to the people who, again, provided me an opportunity to, again, speak and say words that are in my tribal language. And those individuals are here upon this stage, and they will do the same for me. They're going to do for you as well. Teach and share. That's our way. And now that I have done so, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to ask an individual who's no stranger to this. I've asked him several times. I make this known to public because on my other side, in my other ways I've been taught by my adopted mother, is that when you do something, do it in public. Let people see it. And that way, there's no dishonor. There's nothing to be shy about, and there's nothing in secrecy. So I'd like to ask an individual who, again, is part of the people who allow us to be here in a traditional standpoint of the Piscataway. I'd like to ask Mr. Rico Newman if he'll come forward for not only our invocation, his tribal language, but as well as our land acknowledgement here today. Mr. Rico Newman.
Good day, everyone. I'm going to drive the sound of crazy because I'm going to do a good part of this in the Algonquian language. I'll translate afterwards. Wele yishko. Tomainama. Ilang kumokik. Kikima shik takoku. Nulinda meli peon. Ni koyo hose ne wenge chapli kon opis katabe conmigo. Yagio kanahagi. Good day, friends, relatives, visitors, and others. We welcome you to the homeland of the people who live where waters blend below rapids. Our homeland is all of that between the waterways. We say 4 points, but I guess it would be more accurate to say between the waterways. And I speak specifically of the Patapsco, the Potomac, and the Great Chesapeake Bay. To the north of us, the Monocacy. These boundaries, if you want to call them that, was our homeland. We still recognize these lands as our homeland, even though we were ultimately narrowed down to a 20-mile stretch from what is today Piscataway all the way down to Point Lookout. And even that was narrowed down to Zakiah Fort. And ultimately, to zero. But we still acknowledge this as our homeland. We still address it, we still honor it, we still respect it, and do what we can to preserve this land. That Hakiadishka, the Earth Mother, will continue to provide us with all we need to sustain our lives. That our waterways will remain abundant with the fish, the shellfish, that help us to maintain a healthy life in spite of the cost of artificial credits. But anyway, I'm going to pass the mic, and I guess, was I supposed to do an invocation? Okay. I'm going to have to stand. I don't, unless I can sit on the grass, I will stand to do an invocation. Kishilamukon. Muleshta ni pitelo gagon. Aki angawa akira shugi aki angawa yawu ayawashe. Kishilamukon wanishi. Shawuna yunka angawa wanishi. Wuhuna yunka angawa wanishi. Duwana shin angawa wanishi. Oapuna yunka angawa wanishi. These words that I have just shared with you basically point out those blessings that we receive without us asking. Those blessings that come to us from the fertile earth. And we recognize the warm winds in the spring that comes from the south that begins regrowth. And we respect that, and we honor it, and we celebrate it. And we celebrate The winds that come from the west that bring us the clouds and the waters to replenish our waterways and give us fresh water to drink. And to the north, those cold winds that come and cleans the air and makes it fit for us to breathe. And lastly, but certainly not least, we honor our grandfather, the sun, without which nothing would exist. For these many blessings that we receive, and for those that we receive without having to ask, we ask Creator to please accept our sincere thanks. Was kishi quite a level. I hope.
Let's give Mr. Rico Newman a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. It is with great respect and honor at this time, ladies and gentlemen, that we officially are going to be requesting, acknowledging, showing the respect that is due again to the Piscataway leadership. Never before have I witnessed again the opportunity that is being done here now. And so again, I say Yahweh to again the individuals who allowed us to do this year. Ladies and gentlemen, the reason why this is important is because when we enter someone's area and their homeland, it's like entering someone's home. We just don't barge in, we just don't step in, that we are either invited or we request and ask. And this is the way it is for, again, many of our tribal communities long ago and still today. Even when we went through this terrible situation in 2020, 2021, and 2022, that our reservation lands and areas were shut off because we needed to protect our people. And so we have that right to do so. So symbolically, ladies and gentlemen, that as we come here this year in 2024, that we show the respect again to the Piscataway people, the Piscataway communities. And I refer to again officially the Piscataway Indian Nation, the Piscataway Conoy tribe, and again all those who again refer to themselves as such. It is with great respect, and I ask you if you wouldn't mind to please show a warm welcome to the hereditary leadership of the Piscataway Indian Nation, Chief Mark Tyak.
Hello, everyone. You guys ready to enjoy this beautiful day? All right. Again, my name is Chief Mark Tyak. I am the 29th generation of hereditary chiefs. My father was Chief Billy Tyak. My grandfather was Chief Turkey Tyak. My great-grandfather was Woza Tyak. I am now the 29th generation. When it's my time to go on to the spirit world, my son Nachi will be the 30th generation. And when it's his time to walk on, one of his children will become the 31st generation. We're not a very large people. We don't live in a very large state. But we're one of the few nations that still carry on our traditional form of government. We've never conceded that. For Piscataway people, the Piscataway Indian Nation, we are the direct descendants from the principal capital village that is known as Mayon. Mayon was the capital of all of the Piscataway people at one time. It's directly across from Mount Vernon in Accokeek, Maryland. And it's been dated by archaeologists and anthropologists that we had lived there in one permanent and continuous village for 15,000 years. For 15,000 years, what is known as the Chesapeake Bay region has been our home, and it's still our home today. And on that note, I'd like to welcome each and every one of you here to this event today to celebrate the beauty of Native culture, the beauty of our culture, because that's what's going to be presented today. The beauty of our drum, our song, our dances, and that when you walk away, maybe you'll walk away with a deeper appreciation and knowledge and understanding of Native people and Native history. And on that note, I would like to welcome you here to our home, to our land. You know, we look at how beautiful the state is. Imagine every inch of land, every blade of grass, every seedling, every tree, every drop of water that comes up out of our Mother Earth that flows to a marsh, a creek, a stream, that makes its way to our prestigious waterways, that finds itself to the Chesapeake Bay and to the Atlantic Ocean, was our home, and it still is today. And we have survived as a people, and we are still here. So I would like to say that much there. And I hope that you guys get a lot of photographs today. You know, winter's coming and you'll create some beautiful memories. You know, how often do you get to hear a native drum? How often will you get to hear native songs? When you guys listen to this drum, and I'm sure Keith will tell you, that drum, it represents the heartbeat of life. And when we look around and we see how ethnically diverse our home is here that we call Maryland, we all have that same heart. And we all have that same love in our hearts for our friends and our families. So thank you for coming out today.
I'm just extremely thankful, ladies and gentlemen. You don't know how good my heart feels to have, again, this opportunity to hear the tribal representation speak here today, the given the opportunity, but more so, again, the respect that should always be given to our tribal leaders in such a manner. I would now like to give the microphone to the man who wears many, many hats like most of us do as tribal people, because as Chief Mark Tyack said, you know, we might not be large groups of people, large tribal people. And so we have to wear a lot of hats here today in order to do what needs to be done. So I would like to ask, again, an elder of the Choptico Band of the Piscataway Conoy tribe to, again, share whatever words he chooses to do so with all of you. Again, Rico Newman.
It's hard for me to find words to follow up on the good words that Mark just shared with you. But I will tell you this, that this has to be a very blessed place. Since the first event that was held here, which I think has been now 15 or 16 years, we've had beautiful weather. We've had beautiful weather. Let me not jinx it. I mean, look at this sky. Feel this weather, not too hot, not too cold. It is a beautiful day. If for no other reason, you are here to enjoy it. That is a luxury that many do not experience. You're going to see some things here today, and I hope you all bought your cameras, your 35 millimeters, or at least your, iPhone 97 now? And take pictures away. But remember that when these dancers, drummers, step out of this arena, don't presume to walk up to them and start taking pictures, and please don't grab on regalia. If you want to take a picture with one of the dancers, then make a request. I'm sure they'll oblige you. But we don't want to make any presumptions. I've never known anyone to decline giving you a photo op. And certainly while they're in the arena, you can take pictures till you run out of battery. or film, whichever the case may be. But you're here today to enjoy yourselves, to see something maybe you've seen before or maybe you've never seen. There are many vendors around that you can visit and see some of the art craft that they do. So please, enjoy. Bring your minds and your hearts. And I'm sure that maybe at some point there'll be a round dance or an intertribal that you might be able to join in to get the experience of what it is to dance to the drum, the heartbeat of the earth, and feel the excitement that you're getting to have from being able to engage in this culture.